Today, boys and girls, I'm going to go over just a few of the most popular meme coins, specifically by either investors or big teams. Not investors, influencers, influencers or big teams. These were their pet projects, right? And I'm going to show you what happened with those projects. These people had influence or money or both, and everybody was told that these things were going to make you rich. And I already know for a fact that some of you who are watching this, I guarantee you one of these tokens you probably invested in because the hype was so real. It wasn't real, but it was out there. The marketing was so strong, right? And, people were sending this to you in your DMs and whatever. Oh, man, this is going to pump. This is such and such token, right? And so we know it's going to work because it's such and such token. All right. So now I don't know any of these people, right? But either people shared it with me directly or I learned about it or whatever. And, this is just stuff being, a blockchain sleuth where, I found out, okay, this person owns this project and so on. So most of the giant meme coin projects, there's somebody big behind them, right? Like that token I told you guys about some time ago, Slurf, right? Justin Sun was behind Slurf. And it was very disingenuous for, all of like Cointelegraph and other, blog sites to act like, this was some decentralized meme that was taken over when it was really just Justin Sun, right? And you had people, posting blog, this guy turned $20 into $10 million, Don't you wish you can do that? And it was just Justin Sun. Like, that's crazy, right? So anyway, like I said, I don't know this guy, but he's, allegedly a big time influencer. I think his name is Paulie0x. I'm not sure if that's the right username, but you see what happened when it came out. Okay, just shot up. And again, people are telling you, hey, this is it. This is your ticket. This is going to pump, So, of course, people see this, and this is the daily chart, and they're going to get in. Right? And what happens? If you bought anywhere here, you lost. I'm going to wait till after the pump. Okay, after the pump, all right, comes down. All right, I'm going to buy here. What happens? It goes lower. Okay, I'm going to buy here. You did not make any money on this. Why? Well, I'm going to say that for the end, but I'm just showing you guys. This is what happened with this huge influencer. Allegedly, this guy has a bunch of money, right? And, he has, people that he can reach out to and so on and so forth. Look at what happened. Okay, next one. I know you guys know about this one. Well, this isn't the real SafeMoon. Unfortunately, the real SafeMoon you can't even see right now. But imagine being taken advantage of with SafeMoon, the original SafeMoon. And then the fine folks at Solana decide, hey, well, that SafeMoon was such a hit on that other chain. Why don't we make one too? And there's been several of them. This is just one that I picked out. And you get into this, and this just immediately dies. But again, the hype was there. Okay, this one here. What I'm getting ready to show you here is going to shock you because it shocked me. This is one of like the worst offenders in crypto, and literally nobody talks about it. Okay. So when Wall Street Memes came out, it was literally on every site, every crypto site, anything that had to do with crypto, Wall Street Memes, including Deck Screener, right? You see this MetaWin casino right here? Wall Street Memes used to advertise right here. They used to advertise over here. Right? And if you Cointelegraph, CoinGecko, Coin whatever, Wall Street Memes was advertised. This was a pre-sale. And this was going to be the meme of all memes. And so they initially came out on Ethereum. First of all, they raised millions of dollars. I don't know what the number is, so I'm not going to lie. Right? But when I say millions of dollars, I'm talking about at least, I'm going to say on the low end 5. I've heard people say they raised 25, but I don't have any information to verify that. So they raised millions of dollars in the pre-sale. Right? And so those of you who, participated in the recent 100 pre-sale, you know how pre-sales work. You put your money up and then they give you, tokens, and then trading opens up. Okay? Well, they already raised a bunch of money, and then even though you gave them money, they took the tokens that they were supposed to give people, and I'm assuming some people did get their tokens, but they also kept tokens for themselves, and they dumped them soon after trading opened up. So you give them millions of dollars, they have these tokens that they made, and then they dump those tokens. But that wasn't all. They then moved over to Binance Smart Chain and came with all kind of fanfare on Binance Smart Chain, and then dumped on Binance Smart Chain as well. This is going to shock you. I want to show you how much pull these guys had. I was doing some research. Again, I don't know who these people are. You see the drop, right? We know dips happen. Dips happen in all types of cryptos, right? But this is not a dip, okay? Now watch this. This shocked me right here. I still can't believe it. This is Forbes. Forbes. Wall Street Memes is on Forbes. They actually have information in the Blockchain Explorer and the website and a write-up on Forbes. A meme coin. What is the project about? Wall Street Memes is a meme coin born out of Wall Street Memes Web 2 internet phenomenon. What phenomenon? Which aims to create a decentralized movement that challenges the status quo and puts the control back into the hands of the people. Wall Street Meme Token is the ultimate expression of the internet's triumph over capitalism. Come on now. Come on now. As Gordon Gekko said in the 80s, whilst getting rich off useless stocks, greed is good. 30 years later, this is still the case. Yeah, if you're a degen and you don't care about utility, you don't care about any, that's all you're looking for is a pump. And all the I don't know why degens don't pay attention. If somebody knows something about you, they're just going to use it to their advantage. Right? Like if they know something is like they know you're going to buy something, even if it rugs, right? Then they'll just rug you. I mean, there's 10K in volume. Don't know if it's real volume. Today, on a project that rugged you not once but twice, maybe 3 times. Because I was surprised to see this market cap used to be like 20 million. Like, again, look at this. It was at 01, right? So this was, this is still June. This was like at 20 million a month ago. So they rugged you 2 or 3 times, and there's still, money in there for, the developers or whoever is doing this, right? These are all, I'm telling you, these are the collection. They dominated the media, dominated social media, dominated. If you know anybody in crypto, they sent you this stuff, right? Everybody knows the SafeMoon story. Again, this is not the original SafeMoon, but this is worse. You have people taking advantage of people who suffered on SafeMoon. Oh, because Solana is it. Oh, well, maybe SafeMoon didn't work because it was on, what was it on? Binance Smart Chain, but, Solana is a better blockchain. Yeah, it's better. So let's do it over there. And then they rugged you there. And they've done this several times. And then, as I said, Forbes talking about this, like, it doesn't get more legit than that, you would think. But if you invested in pretty much anywhere here, you had a little bit of go up and then boom, anywhere here you lost, anywhere here you lost. They told you it was gonna moon. They told you this was it. Listen, if you see a major influencer hyping up something, most of the time, what I have learned is that they're hyping it up to dump on you. They're hyping it up to dump on you. That's why this looks like this. This goes up, and then, when it gets high enough, they just dump. And that's what happened. For sure, that's what happened with pork. That's definitely what happened over time. This was a slow rug on SafeMoon. And 1,000%, this happened multiple times with Wall Street memes. Let me show you what it looks like. So I'm doing this for 2 reasons. So next time you see, right, anybody that's watching this video, anybody that's not a regular listener, you don't know me or what have you, first of all, you might want to subscribe, right? Because I'm like one of the only YouTubers doing this kind of stuff, exposing this stuff. So, like hype is easy to get involved with. You go on Twitter and you see everybody talking about one particular thing. You see something trending. You're like, ooh, what's that? Because all you want to do is better yourself. Like, let's just keep it real. I don't care if it's crypto. I don't care if it's stocks, memes, real estate. Everybody just trying to better themselves. When I got into Bitcoin in 2013, that's all I was trying to do is better myself, my family, for my kids, for myself. I had suffered through losing a house and, losing a restaurant and everything else, man. I was on rock bottom. I didn't have a bed to sleep in. And so when I saw Bitcoin, honestly, like looking back, the decision that I made was honestly a foolish decision. I'm just keeping it real. It was a foolish decision because I didn't have enough information to make the decision that I made. Right? Now that was probably because the information really wasn't there. But I could have spent some time doing some more research, but I didn't know anything about blockchain. So no matter how much time I spent early on, I wasn't going to know what was going on. So what did I do? I relied on information from people that had what I did not have. And so I watched 2 billionaires do an interview on CNBC, and they're like, yo, we think Bitcoin is the future. Even if we're wrong, even if it doesn't really accomplish what we think it's going to accomplish, we think Bitcoin is going to hit $4,000. And I had initially seen Bitcoin, I think $150. I had initially seen it. I didn't act on it. This is called a clue. I didn't act. I didn't do research then. Months went by and I saw Bitcoin at $300 and something. And that's when I decided to get involved. But by the time I was able to actually buy it, go through the process and all of that, Bitcoin had hit $1,000. And I bought that because some guys that I didn't know, but they were billionaires, right? I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go with this. And that's what I did. And some of you don't know enough about crypto, right? And so you take the advice of people, but you got to learn who to take the advice from. All I say is do your research, look at people, really look at where they come from. If you want to know what I'm about, look at my videos, look at my story, right? Look at, have I helped people make money before? Right? In fact, if you're somebody, there are people that I don't even know that I've helped make money. So if you're somebody that I help, if you don't mind, put it in the comments. Right? So, but do your own research. So that's the first thing that, you got to watch out for. And when you just see hype, most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, that's just marketing and everything behind it. And, people are just looking to take advantage of you. Now, here's the second reason why I'm doing this. I want to show you what a real opportunity looks like. Now notice how this chart looks. Okay, I don't want you to focus on charts. It's not about charts. Let me get that out the way. You're going to see a lot of stuff on YouTube. Chart, it don't have anything to do with the chart. The chart is just telling a story. So don't rely on the chart. But notice how this looks versus how this looks. It's literally the opposite. This one might be better. Look at that. Whereas when you start with no hype, no influencers, right? No marketing, look at how long it takes, and then look at how the chart looks. So what's a good opportunity? A good opportunity, somebody can get in. They don't have to get in at the beginning. They can get in at any time. So like I said, I got in back here. And really, I got in at a horrible time. I paid one of the highest prices for Bitcoin ever. In fact, for the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really? Okay, 6 or 7 years. I personally paid one of the highest prices for Bitcoin ever in its first 6, 7 years of existence. So almost like 99.9% of people paid a lower price for Bitcoin than me in the first 6, 7 years of existence. Think about that. But yet, even though I did that, I held and look. In fact, the value was not in where I got in. Here's a lesson coming up. The value was not where I got in. I'm sure there were people thinking, those that bought Bitcoin at $10 or $100 or $200. I remember meeting a guy I went to go get some food one day. I went to a Chili's restaurant, and he was the bartender. And this is when I was starting my time telling people about Bitcoin. I was telling everybody about it, just like I do now. And so I'm like, yo, man, have you heard of Bitcoin? He was like, yeah. I was like, have you invested? He was like, yeah. I bought some. I'm like, cool. Like, because when you talk to people, they don't have it, I'm like, that's what's up. I'm like, well, congratulations. And, he was like, yeah, I bought it at $400 and then I sold it at $440. I'm like, what? 10% he sold it. The value is not where you got in. The value is in, can you hold? Because you could get in at 30 cents and sell at 60. You can get in at 5 cents and sell at 10. I've talked to so many people. Even now, I talk to people about Bitcoin. They say, oh yeah, my dad had some Bitcoin. He had like 10 of them when it was like, $10. I think he sold it for like $5 or crazy. Okay. So that's where the value is. But a good opportunity allows you to get in at any time. And then because of utility, because it actually does something, it gives you a chance to continue to make money. Or even if you're down for a while, as I was down for years, right? I bought Bitcoin in 2013. I wasn't in profit, so-called profit, until 2017. And I still didn't sell because by that time I had learned, I'm like, okay, I know what this is about. I did not see 60 something thousand, but I knew it was going to be higher than a couple grand. I knew it was going to be higher than the price that the billionaires told me. I knew it was going to be higher than that. I'd be lying if I said I saw 60,000. Okay. But knowing what I know now, this is going to be 6 figures, if not $1 million, because I understand more now. But an opportunity gives you time to get in, and you can buy at any time. And if you just hold, you'll be okay. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm doing this video. So now it's like, knowing this, now I have to go out and try to find other stuff. And so again, I just want to show you this chart. Again, we don't make decisions based on charts, but the chart tells a story. Good opportunities allow you to get in at any time. And you can look at it and see, all right, okay, if I got in here, what happened? If I did this, what happened? So on and so forth. Right? So check this out. Notice how this chart looks. It looks real different than this other stuff. Way different. If I got in the beginning of January, I'm up. Anywhere here, I'm up. Okay? Here, I'm just down just a little bit. If I bought here, I'm up. If I bought here, I'm up. If I bought when 100 moved to Avalanche, I'm up. Okay? Only people that bought here are down for now. Okay? And for those of you who know, 100 has went through a lot of people trying to attack it. People who I still can't get over this kind of, like, I really can't, right? You have people who have made money, more money than they've ever made on any investment ever. And either because of jealousy or whatever it is, right, they attack the thing that they've made money on. It doesn't make sense, but that's not what this video is about. through all of that, look, still opportunity. Right? If everybody had the same mindset, right, 100 would probably be 3 or 4 times what it is right now. If you didn't have these greedy folk trying to attack things, it would be 3 or 4 times. I'm talking about even if these people invested whatever $1,000 and they took out 2,000 or 3,000, 100 would be like at least 3 or 4 times. Not what we've seen with, people just greedy taking money out of the project. Again, I have, if you like, what's going on? You don't know what I'm talking about. I have previous videos on that. You can take a look at that. We're not worried about that because it is ridiculously early on this. And again, why does the chart look like this? Because it's just a meme coin, because is marketing, because it has utility. And that utility is, for the first time in crypto history, any one of us have the ability to control the security of our funds. Everybody, says that Bitcoin, is the first decentralized thing and we have complete control. And for the most part, that's true. But as technology changes, scammers are figuring out ways to get into your wallets. And nobody can just go into your wallet and take something, but they can create different things that can trick people. If you keep your Bitcoin safe, nobody can take. If you keep your seed words and things like that, right, you're good. But you can do something as simple as download software or do a live stream or whatever. And if you just expose your words for a second, right? Like I'll give you one. This is a crazy one, but this one has happened. If you're in like a public place and you log into your MetaMask and you just happen to expose your seed words for a second. Y'all know how MetaMask works, right? You expose your seed words for just a second. Somebody can have a camera inside that public place, either the place like a hotel or hotel lobby, right? Anytime you're walking down the street in the United States, there are cameras everywhere. In fact, they're using camera. I just learned this. This is wild. They're using cameras in other people's cars to spy on you. So if you are having a conversation, what you think is a private conversation in your car, right? You arguing with your girl, or you talking about business, or you talking about whatever. Anybody that has their phone in the car, like you had a light, if somebody has their phone in the other car, the NSA and others can pick up your conversation with somebody else's phone. Yeah. So if you expose your seed words, right, even for a second, whoever has access to that footage can look at your seed words, and if they got your seed words, then they have everything in your account. Okay, so number 0, only expose your seed words like in the privacy of wherever, under the covers. You know what I'm saying? Right? But I mean, at some point it gets pretty ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be coming up with more and more technology right? In the future, we know this. So we need something that, regardless, it can protect you. And that's 100. 100, when you buy it, you can't transfer it, and nobody can take it from you for at least 100 hours. So same scenario now. You have 100 and you expose your seed words or some kind of way somebody gets access. If you are within your 100 hours, your first 100 hours, nobody can take it from you. Nobody can take your 100 from you. I just think that's the coolest thing in the world. Right? It also does other things like, does things that a lot of people who are not in crypto don't really understand, but they will. Bots dominate crypto. Right? People have things called sniping bots right now. I don't really know how they work. I've never used one or anything like that. But basically, when a project comes out, they don't even have to actively buy the project. They just have bots that buy it early. And if there's any type of gains, you can program these bots and it'll just sell and so on and so forth. You cannot do that with Hunt because even the bots have to hold. Imagine that. And so if somebody does, hit you with a bad link or you go on a website, they can take your Bitcoin that might be in MetaMask, right? Which is going to be a wrapped version of Bitcoin. They could take your Ethereum. They could take everything else. But if you're within your 100 hours, they can't take it. Okay, so what happens after the first 100 hours? Simple. You can buy a dollar worth, $5 worth, $10 worth, right? Even less than that, and that will reset your time. You don't need a ledger, right? You don't need an external device. You don't need any of that. That is huge, right? So this has a utility. And the people who are holding this understand that utility. There's also other stuff that goes on that, encourages you to hold things in that. You can check out the website yourself, all that. I'm just telling you, look how this looks. Look how this looks. Like, you can't see it, but 100 is back here compared to Bitcoin. And it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to work or whatever. Right now, nobody's paying attention to this. Why? Because everybody keeps getting caught up in this stuff. And these kind of people, let me tell you, these kind of people, the people who get into these projects are usually the last people that would get into something like this. Because they want to jump in and out. They don't want to hold $400. They think that they're going to get rich in a day or two. Because, again, they see this. And then when you go on Coin whatever, when you go on the websites and they say, oh, look at this person. Somebody turned $37 into $37 million, which is completely fabricated. They believe in that story. And so they will go into coin after coin after coin after coin after coin, hoping that just one of them, right, is going to make millions of dollars because all you need is one. What you don't understand is if you're hearing about it, it's because somebody is marketing it to you and they have influence, or in the case of Wall Street memes, they have money, right? And they're just using you. It's the stuff that nobody is talking about that, if it has utility, has the ability to make you wealthy. And it has the ability to do nothing as well. But that's life. Like, hey, nobody ever caught on to that. Well, it is what it is. I tried. Right? That happens. That's happened to me before. It wasn't no rug or nothing. It just didn't get adoption. Right? And even on those, sometimes I might make, 50% or so. Well, it didn't get adoption. But normal, it don't do this. Right? So that's why I share this stuff with you guys. That's why I'm going to continue to share, because I want to educate people on what to look for, right? What is the thing that separates? When you get into something like this, if it doesn't have utility, then what? Okay, all right, it went up. The people that are buying here, okay, for what? Well, it's fun, all right. But it doesn't have anything. Right? Same thing for this. It doesn't matter how much influence you have. Once it goes up a bunch, all right, well, now what? Right now, if you go to certain countries, you can buy like $1 trillion of their money with like $10. $1. I've seen it. I've seen it on YouTube. You go to certain countries, they're selling their money as like nostalgia pieces. Or I've seen situations where you ever seen people make baskets? They take the bamboo, they take the whatever, and they make fresh baskets, like homemade baskets. I've seen a situation where women are making baskets out of $1 trillion bills. Their money is so worthless that they making stuff out of it. Right? Or I've just seen money in the trash. I've seen videos from Venezuela where money is literally, it's in the lawn, it's in the trash, and people are walking by it and they're not picking it up because it's that worthless. So for them and people, the dollar is losing value too now, okay? Just not at that rate, but it is losing value. So for anybody in that camp, Bitcoin is the thing. It's not Ethereum because Ethereum prints every day. It's not XRP because they have a printer for XRP, and over 50% of the supply has still yet to be released for XRP, and they have hidden supply that they're not telling everybody about. So Bitcoin is going to be the thing for them. But guess what? Not even Bitcoin can stop a scammer in their tracks and do it in a way that pretty much anybody can afford it. That's the thing. Because just for you to transact on Bitcoin right now is like $15. And as I said, in certain countries, man, $15 is a heck of a lot of money. $15 is like 100. You don't have to transact 15 or 5 or 10 to lock up your investment. You can do $1. You can do 50 cents. You can do 20 cents. You can do any amount, and you're protected again for that next 100 hours. And if people keep holding, let me go there, we're at what, 10 million market cap right now. There's areas where you're going to get airdrops. The next one is, I think, 50 million. 100 has never hit 50 million market cap, but it is. If enough people get behind it, if enough people share it, it will. And then it goes on from there and there and there, and until finally, if it hits 10 billion, right? Which is like, that's just a dream right now because nobody knows about this thing. But if it does, whatever you buy today, could be millions of dollars if it hits 10 billion. And by that time, it will be on exchanges just like Bitcoin. If enough people get behind the idea, that's the possibility. And these are the opportunities that I look for. And this is why I keep talking about 100 and, other things that I talk about, because it's like a real opportunity gives people a chance to invest and a chance to hold and a chance to be something. It's your boy BSG. I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video.